Hey everyone. Okay, thank you, Lola. Hi. Come here, Lola. Lola, come on. Lola's been really barky today, all morning. How is everyone? I think she's angry because it's cold outside. I don't know what it is. It's very cold here today. It's Tuesday. I am Rita, and this is Cricut Chat with Miss Rita, and we are going to have some fun today. I want to say hello. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Joanne. Who's that? I think I saw my neighbor. Did I see my neighbor? Dwayne, are you there? I thought I maybe saw my neighbor. Daryl. Hi, good morning, Linda. Denise, Joanne, Brenda. Hi, Loretta. Thank you, Loretta. Kirsten and Robin and Lori, Gail. Good morning. David Burrows, we haven't seen you in a dog's age. How are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, it's so lovely to see all of you here today. Good morning. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Carrie. And hi, Terry. So, David, we've missed you. I'm so glad to see you back. I realize that people have to actually like work for a living, but it's so nice to see you. Let's see. It is Tuesday, and it is. I forget what they call it here on Tuesday. They call it like Tell Me Tuesday or Show Me Tuesday or something. Um, oh, you moved and a new job. Yeah, I get it. Life gets in the way. But we missed you and we love you. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Peggy Jean, Rhonda. Hi, Kirsten. I'm going to get that right someday. Someday. Anyway, I'm so glad to have you all here today. It's Tuesday, February 15th. What I like to call Stupid Cupid Day. Cupid is stupid. This is the day that you go to the store and buy all the candy half price. If in case you didn't get any yesterday. So I hope y'all had good Valentine's Day, and now we're just trying to get through February without freezing our extremities. And then pretty soon we'll have spring, at least in New England. So that would be cool. Hi, Penny. Hi, Leslie. Okay. So today I thought that we would talk a little bit about holographic iron-on because I I was really intrigued by this. And so a couple of years ago I did a video that showed, I think, just two or three colors. And they've since added several other colors, and they're samplers, and they're, then they also have something called holographic sparkle, which actually we're not going to cover today, but I did cut out. This is called holographic sparkle iron-on. This is straight color, like the it's not a sparkle, but it's called holographic. So what that means is that when the light hits it, it gives off a real, like a holographic color, like almost a realistic color here. And so I cut out all of these colors and I wanted to show you. So there's 6 different colors, and these are them. These are they. And it's kind of strange. So what I did was I tagged them all so that I could keep track of everything. So for instance, this is red. Now, it looks red but also yellowy to me, and this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So on the wrong side it is kind of a red, maybe more dark pink red. Then let's have a look at what they call translucent red. So this on this side doesn't looks bluish, but on this side you'll see it's translucent, so it's kind of see-through. You can see my tag there, and it's got that reddy kind of color. I realize on video it's going to be a little bit hard, but so there's the difference between red and translucent red, at least with the cutouts. And then they added this one. This is called Dahlia, which is a beautiful like reddish pink, right? So here, have a look at the difference here. There's not much difference between the red and the Dahlia on this side, but on this side, big difference. This is red, this is Dahlia. I really prefer this Dahlia color to that. Then the blues. So there's reds, there's blues. So those are the reds, these are the blues. And this is, let's see, this is the translucent blue. Very, very translucent. So one of the things when you're working with any of these, but it's particularly the translucent, this is the blue. And then here is the cobalt. So when you're working with this, cobalt looks similar to the blue, but not at all similar to the translucent. So just so you can see, but this middle one is cobalt, which is probably my favorite. But this is blue, but it's got a real pinky tone to it. So one of the things you have to consider is what you're going to put this stuff on, because it does change based on what you're putting it on. Also, I'm going to show you, this is my little sample that I put together, and pardon me for it being kind of amateurish, but I put little stickers on to say what they were. So I did the blues up here and I did the reds down here, and here you go. I did mess up this blue. I'm going to tell you why. And there's the cobalt and there's the translucent blue. So this is blue, which gives off for me a very pink tone. And then the cobalt gives off some green, and the translucent you can actually see through. This is a canvas tote. And that down here are the reds. Red, this is translucent red, this is regular red, and this is Dahlia. Now, I did mess this up because when I first put the blue on, I tried to peel off the liner piece. We're going to do this again so you can see. But I did try to peel off the liner piece before it actually cooled, and it caused wrinkles. So that would be my first bit of advice about this is don't peel it when it's hot. Wait till it's cooled. Then the other piece of advice is, as I started working down, because I did it this way, top to bottom, as I started working down, I started doing each piece, and then I was using my bigger easy press over here, but it was causing problems because, let's say I did this one, and then I want to do this one. Well, I had already peeled it, and then I did this one. Bad move. If you're going to do something like this, like a sampler, what I would suggest is that you actually tape these pieces down and do them all at once. Or you can use your Easy Press Mini. That's what we're going to use today. So this is the Easy Press Mini. The Easy Press, the larger Easy Press, by having to pick it up, peel it, and then put it back, caused a lot of problems for me. So either you're going to use your Easy Press and tape things down and do it all at once, or you're going to use your Easy Press Mini and do each individual one. And that way you're not having heat going to something that you've already heated, if that makes sense. One other thing that I want to suggest to anybody trying Iron-On, it's too blurry. Holographic Iron-On, I'm not sure. I know that there's some smart, so people are asking in the chat about smart materials. There are some colors in holographic for the Joy. So there's smart holographic Iron-On, and there's smart holographic Iron-On for the larger machines. However, not all of these colors. these are all having to be cut on a mat. So these are not smart materials. I'm going to show you how to cut them on the Joy, and then we're going to actually adhere them. I'm fine on your end. Okay. So I don't remember if this was in the mystery box, but I thought it's useful to understand the different options that are out there. Now, of course, because we are all sort of paper crafters, I wanted to point out that this could be used on paper. I haven't done a project yet, but I'm thinking that this could be a really nice addition to a card. It would be very nice. You could, of course, always use vinyl. This holographic does come in a bunch of different colors in the vinyl, adhesive vinyl. Okay. So let's get started on cutting this stuff because it's fairly simple. Let's grab my Joy. So today I'm going to use my Joy. And as I mentioned, because these are all, they're rolls, they're not smart materials, I do need to use a mat. Okay, so this is the mat that I'm going to use. It's specially sized for the Joy. This is the 12-inch mat. This is the mat that I would suggest that you get if you are going to cut without the mat, I'm sorry, with the mat on the Joy, because it's double the size. So there's a 6-inch size and there's a 12-inch size. And I just think the 12-inch size is much, you get much more leeway, just a little bit. You can cut 2 or 3 of something instead of just one. With a 6-inch mat, you can usually only cut 3. I'm sorry, 1. And then, we could probably get 3 on there. So so to cut it with the Joy, the first thing, I'm going to use my iPad. The first thing that I have to remember to do is I need to go to my settings, which is right here. I'm going to go to my settings, and you'll see I'm going to go to Bluetooth, and I need to make sure that my Joy is connected, and it's not. So I'm going to hit that and I'm going to connect it. And it's taking forever. Not sure. Is it plugged in? Wasn't plugged in. It wasn't completely plugged in. Okay, so now it's connected. You could hear it kind of go on there. And then I'm going over to my Cricut design space. I'm using the iPad today. Now I need to make sure, because I use my iPad for all the machines, I need to make sure that I have to work with the Joy, I have to set the Joy as the machine. So I'm going to go here. These are all my projects in the works, but I want to go here to where the projects are, or you might see, let's see, you might see this, right? So this is what you might see, but you need to go to this triple lines. It looks like a hamburger. That's what they call it, a hamburger icon. You click on that and make sure that your machine is selected for Joy. If it's not selected for Joy, you can't use the Joy, because the Joy only connects via Bluetooth. Okay, so that's how you connect to it. So I already have it set up for Joy, and now I'm going to go back to my canvas. And I thought for this particular project that we would just use something fairly simple, like a unicorn silhouette. So that's what I used. And then I actually have all the different colors. I colored them, but then I thought kind of doesn't matter as long as I just have one available. So let's just go ahead and have this one. And I found this just doing a search. Remember, you do searches on the iPad by going to images. Oh, Deanne Davies is telling about this sweatshirt she made. She said, "There's nothing I can't do except reach the top shelf. I can't do that." How cute is that? Oh, sorry. I don't mean to get off track. Anyway, so I just hit images and then I just did a search and I'm having a hard time getting to images. So we're just gonna, we're just gonna pretend like we have it. All right. So when we're ready to cut, we're just gonna hit make it. And on here, we're going to choose on the mat because remember with the Joy, you have an option of without mat for the smart materials. You can do on the card mat if you wanted to make cards. Now, I do think that a lot of people when they buy the Joy, they kind of just do cards on there. So I kind of want to stretch your imagination a little bit. If you have a Joy, you can in fact do things on the mat that are just as good as doing it in a larger machine. You just have to, you know, break it up. And I've seen some people doing that. So I wanted to just encourage other people. Now, in this case, it's only going to cut one, but I want to cut more than one. So I'm going up here to project copies. Did you see that right here where it's a little mat? I'm going to click on there and I am going to change the project copy. And I don't know why, but it's, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do 3. Now, what happens here is because my material size, which is my mat, is the 6-inch mat, I need to change here these. So now once I change it to the 12-inch, all 3 of them are going to appear. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So here's our 3. Now, when you're cutting out iron-on, remember that you need to mirror, and this is the place that you would choose mirror. So you go back up to this square, and here is the little toggle thing. Now, in this case, it kind of doesn't matter because if we put mirror or not mirror, because I don't want you to be like super concerned about mirror for this project. It's more about the material than it is about the mirroring. So here I mirrored it. Okay. And then I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to choose the material. So I'm going to go to all materials and I'm going to scroll to iron-on. Here are all my iron-on choices. And we're going to look up and down and look for holographic iron-on. There is also holographic sparkle iron-on. That's not what we want. So let's choose that one. And now I have to prepare my material to go in. So here's my mat. Let's take this one. This is the blue. I'll take that off. I'm going to take off the front of this. Now, when you are cutting iron-on, remember you're cutting with the shiny side down. You need to put the shiny side down. The reason for that is that shiny side is the liner. This side is where the actual cutting needs to take place. So I'm going to put this on my mat. And all I did, by the way, just to cut this is I used my my personal cutter. If you don't have a personal cutter, I would encourage you to get one. That's what this is. And I just unrolled it and cut at about 4 1/4 inches so that it would fit on the mat. Okay. So I've got this on here. It's got a little bubble in it. So I'm just going to try to get rid of that bubble. But this is a nice sticky mat and we're all set to cut. Let's open up our Joy and we're going to put this in. And it does test to make sure that your mat's aligned and that you have a large enough mat in there. And then when it's ready, you just need to hit go. So it's going to cut for us very quickly, actually. So we're going to need to weed this. So for weeding, we need something called a weeding tool, and that's what these are. So they come in different colors. This one happens to be the True Control knife. And this one's cool because you can actually take off the end and replace it with different tips, including this knife. It's actually, this is the True Control weeding tool. And then it's done. Now you do have to unload the material on your iPad or your device. Let's move this out of the way. And there it is. You can weed on your mat if you want to. I just don't do that. I don't know. Just something I just never got in the habit of doing. So I'm just going to put my mat cover back on. And then you'll see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 3 cutouts here. I'm actually just going to take my knife and I'm going to cut them out individually. Just so you can see. Makes it a little easier to see kind of what you're doing. Then I'm going to take my weeding tool and I have to, and this feels a little bit different than the iron-on that you might be used to. It's a little more filmy, but what you're going to do is take, this is the actual holographic material. This is the liner, and you're going to just at the corner start peeling away until you have your design. Now, if there were like other details in here, you would just weed them out. So here you go. There's the other 2. Now, I did happen to cut them out also on these other colors. So let's have a look. They all weed the exact same way. And I'll show you. Here's my dahlia. I'm going to, again, I'm just going to cut off this one like this. And again, pick it up at the corner like this and pull it away. See that? Now, when we go to add this onto something, we can turn it over and this becomes the protective liner sheet. Okay, so let me just cut it. Let me just get a few more cutouts. So when we go to put this on, we have plenty. So this is red. And this is cobalt. Where's the cobalt one? Okay, there we go. And translucent red. And do we have anything else? Red, cobalt, blue. We did blue. And here's blue, regular blue. I feel like we're missing one. Translucent blue. Translucent red. Well, if we're missing one, I'll come back. All right, so here is this. Oops. Okay. And quickly, I'm going to weed this all so that you know. Now, I want to talk about the heat guide because there is a heat guide in on the Cricut website that is super helpful, and you really need to get familiar with it if you're going to do any iron-on, okay? Because it's super helpful. It allows you to choose which press you have, including the mug press and the little mini as well. And I use it all the time. I have it bookmarked. It's on the web, on the internet. And I'm going to show you it in a second once I get this done. I'm going to also in the future do one that is foil because I think a lot of people like that foil, shiny foil effect. And I want to show you how that looks because it's a little bit different than holographic and it requires its own setting. Okay, so let me just finish this one. Oops. I messed up this one. Sorry. I messed up this one. Oh, well. This is the red one. I dug into his unicorn horn accidentally. I wasn't looking. All right. So here we go. So there are all of our cutouts. Now we need to go to the heat guide and also decide what we're going to put it on. So when you are going to the heat guide, all you need to do is when you're on Google, just type in Cricut heat guide. See that? Heat. And if you already have this bookmarked, it will come up and here you go. So here's the heat guide and it shows all 4 of the Easy Press products. So there's the Easy Press 2, there's the original Easy Press, the mini and the mug press. Not sure which one you have. I actually have the Easy Press 2 and the mini. I'm going to use the mini for this, okay? Because it's small and there's a lot of different colors, okay? And so I'm going to choose the mini and I want to choose what my material is, holographic iron-on. So choose that. And then I have to decide what the base material is going to be. So I'm actually going to use I have 2 different base materials. This one is a Cricut baby onesie and that is listed under Cricut blanks. So let's call it Cricut baby bodysuit. And then we're going to hit apply. Okay. So once you do that, it comes up with all the stuff you need to know about this. So it's telling me on a baby onesie, I need to have my mini on the 2 squiggles, which is medium. Okay. So I'm going to press my mini and I'm going to press it twice because I want it to be on medium and we do have to wait a few seconds to have it heat up. And it has its own cradle, which makes it easy to see that makes it easy to sort of allow it to heat up. The other thing that we're going to need is a mat or something to protect my surface. So I'm going to use this. It's a well-worn, but definitely well-used Easy Press mat. You see that? It's got a nice sponginess to it, but it's also great for holding in the heat. And also it protects your surfaces because I use, on my surfaces, I use these self-healing mats because it works out well. But if I used it straight, if I used my Easy Press straight on this mat, it would warp it. And you don't want to do that. Okay. So it's telling me that I need to preheat the surface for 5 seconds. Now, a lot of people skip preheat, and they really shouldn't because preheat, I learned recently, is not just it's not just like somebody said, oh, it's to remove the water in that might be the water droplets that might be in there. Yes, true. That's one of the reasons why you preheat. But the actual reason is that when you're working with these products, you generally don't wash them first. And so on materials such as fabric, they often will put in a sizing. A sizing is just like it's almost like starch. It just makes it look crisp and clean. Unfortunately, it's on there and it's kind of like will cause problems. And I think Sandra experienced that recently where she had trouble getting something to stick. And I suggested doing the preheat. So I think it's really an important step. It's often forgotten, but it's an important step to consider. Now I need to have it on 25 seconds and I'm going to do constant movement with light pressure. Okay. And then note here, it says slowly remove liner when cool. That was my mistake with this other one was it was not cool. So let's take our baby onesie. And because you know, I don't have a baby to give this to anyway. I am just going to take several of these and sort of just put it on there. Okay. So here we can start with this one. And I'm taking, now this is the product side. This is the shiny side. So I'm putting the shiny side up. Okay. My easy press is heated up, but I want to preheat. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball it. Yeah, this will be good, or wherever you're going to put it. And I have my mat underneath. Now I'm just going to take my easy press mini and I'm going to preheat it, or preheat it for the 5 seconds. Okay. There you go. Then let's take our design. I'm going to put it on this onesie. And then I'm going to press it. Now, it says to do it for 25 seconds. And the thing that you have to remember here is that it's 25 seconds of heat on the design, but my design is bigger than my mini. So that might mean that I have to do more than 25 seconds, right? Because I have to move this around. Like if I don't move it over to the unicorn horn, it might not come off there. So 25 seconds, it's for the entire process. Okay, the entire process. This works better when you are using the larger easy press, but I'm choosing to use the mini today just because I want to explain how you would do multiple iron-on. Okay. Oh, and Faye is saying she used her mini easy press last night, and she was this for us as paper, as mostly paper crafters. I love to use this mini, and so did Faye last night, to use it on paper. And there is actually a setting for paper on the heat guide, so that you know. Okay, now it's still warm. It does say on the heat guide to flip it over. And so that's what I will do. I'll flip it over and do the back just for a few seconds. This part is so that it will grip nicely, you know. And I wouldn't do the inside of the baby onesie, but some people might want to get their hands in there and do the inside. I don't know. All right. Now, if we had, for instance, we had a front and back to do, then what I would suggest is take the easy press mat and sort of put it inside of there. So let's do that. So here's the back. Now I already have this one on the front. I don't have to worry about it. It's cooling. All right. And no heat will get to that bottom. All right. So let's take another one of these and put here. And I'm going to, it's already been pressed, but I'm just showing you the preheat. And then this one, just like that. And keep an eye on your clock. I wish I had my watch on today. That would be useful. But we're just getting all of these pieces. We're trying to do 25 seconds. Okay. Well, they broke up all the silence. All right. So there is, I think, 25 seconds. Now I'm going to let that cool. I could, if I wanted to, take out my easy press mat and do the back of the design just like that. Okay. And here we go. So here's the front piece, which is now sufficiently cool. And we're just going to start peeling. You can peel top or bottom. I always do the bottom for some reason. And then I peel it very gently because I want to see that it's gotten on there. And things like this horn can sometimes be a little bit difficult to time with that easy press. But there you go. So cute, right? All right. I don't know, neighbor. I'm sorry. Okay, you. Miss Lola, you're so loud today. Come on, be quiet. Shh, shh. Okay, here's the back one. And there we go. Isn't that look nice? It's on there really well, and it will stay on there really well. You cannot pick it off as it's done correctly. Now let's have a look at some of the translucent colors, and we're going to do it on this gray because this is important to consider. It's important to consider the color that you're choosing to put something on. So I got this gray t-shirt that I've had. It's one of the ones that you buy at Michael's. So it is 100%. Let's check. No, 90% cotton, and there's 10% polyester. Now, what that means is that these kinds of shirts would not be good for infusible ink. Infusible ink needs to have a high polyester count, but it works really well with iron-on. But this is a color. So let's take something that's translucent and see what happens when we do it on a color. So this is the translucent red, and let's find the translucent blue. That's not translucent blue. Here it is. Yep, I did. Oh, no, it's not cut out there. Hold on. Translucent blue. Here we go. I need to weed it though. Shh. All right, so here's the translucent blue. By the way, you cannot weed on on the mat. It's impossible. It makes it really hard because it's padded. Okay, so this is translucent red. This is translucent blue. All right, so we're going to start off with the red. We do need to heat it up, remember, because we're using it on, oops, but you know what we got to do is that now we're using a t-shirt. So we're not using a baby bodysuit. We're still using the Easy Press Mini. We're still using holographic iron-on, and then instead of a baby bodysuit, I'm going to choose 100% cotton. It's 90% cotton, but it's close enough. Okay, so when I do that, try please to be quiet, girl. Okay, when I do that, it says that I need to preheat for 5 seconds and medium for 25 seconds. So that's the same as we did last time. So let's go ahead and preheat that little area. And again, don't skip that step, okay? So we'll use, this is the translucent red. This is the translucent red. All right. And I'm going to put it on sort of jaunty like that. And then I'm going to use the 25 seconds. I need my Alexa for timing. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And remember, now, if you wanted to layer, you could layer, but I would suggest that you only have one layered color. And also glitter, when you're iron-on, is better. It's better for glitter to be the top. So I'd have to check it on holographic, but I think the special iron-on does require it to be sort of the last layer. All right, so there's our 25 seconds approximately, and let's move it over to here and get our other one, the translucent blue. Right, this one's looking blue. So this can be a little confusing if you're going to do all the different colors, but I just wanted to show you all the different colors that are available and how they look on different backgrounds. So we're just doing this. A baseball hat? Yeah, I agree. I think baseball hats must be a lot of fun to do. And yeah, the mini would do that pretty well, I think. Although you'd have to maybe worry about the curve in it. I haven't ever done the mini on like something curved. So we'll see. Maybe try that again. Try that at some point. All right. So I think that's 25 seconds. Let's move on down the shirt and use our other pieces. So this, let's see, this one here is Dahlia, I believe. This one is Cobalt. And this one's red. So again, preheat your little area. All right. And then press. Lola's upset about something today. I don't know what it is. She's sassy. Now, in terms of the rest of the week, while I do all this, in terms of the rest of the week, tomorrow we're doing a card that features a rainbow. It's one of my designs. And it's just sort of a, you know, thinking of you type of a card, or an encouragement card. So I figured we'd do that. And then on Thursday, I'm not sure. I think it's another, I know it's another card. I just don't know if it's the, I think it might be an Anna Griffin card, or a style that's kind of Anna Griffin, but I have to go back and check because I don't remember what elements I used to make it. Okay, so that's Thursday. And then on Friday, which is Freebie Friday, we are going to be, let's see, on Friday, we're doing the freebie from myscrapchick.com. So head on over there and pick that up. It is a bunny feet belly box. The names, no kidding, right? Bunny feet belly box. That's on Saturday, and that is freebie, but it's only a freebie through the end of the month. So you do need to purchase it, even though it's free, and download it before the end of the month. That's important, before the end of the month, or else you won't be able to pick up that freebie. You can still cut it after you've downloaded it. You can still cut it in March if you wanted to. It's just, it will only be available for free on the website until the end of the mailman. Okay, so Annette on the chat. Sorry about the on the chat. Annette's saying that she was looking at all of her stuff yesterday, and she has some mosaic vinyl and some mesh iron-on, and she would love some ideas for using them. Okay, that sounds great. Let's work on that. I will come up with some ideas for using them, for sure. Okay, so this one's still a little warm, but these ones are cool. So let's go ahead and remove the liner piece on this. These are the translucent ones on the top, I believe. Yeah. So this is interesting, isn't it? It's kind of you can still see the heathering part of the gray through there. and this is the other one. So this is the red, this is the blue, and you can still see that heathering through there. So let's see on these colors. This is the Dahlia, and definitely a different color. It's giving off that red, but also some green, and you can actually still see that heather. And then this is the blue. It's not quite ready. Let me just, there it is. Okay. And you can, it's a little bit lighter, but you can see that background. So when you're working with these holographics, that is an important thing to think about. So here it is on my canvas, and you can see through the translucent, you can see that the canvas, but on this one, the Dahlia and the red, you can't really see through. I messed up this blue because I lifted it too early. So there's that. And then let's have a look on white. I think on white is probably better, you know, because you really want to show off that holographic. So there you go. That's it, folks. Again, these are not smart materials. You can buy them. They're actually on sale right now at Cricut. If you want to pick them up, you can go use my link, which I'll put in the description of the video. You can use my link and my code because it's a material. And these are all the different colors that are available. There's the translucent. Thank you. Come on. Translucent red, and Dahlia. So those are the kind of the red tones. And then the blue tones are translucent blue, or cobalt. So you can see them. So they're different looking, but I just wanted, because it's hard, it's like a little tiny square on the website. So if you have an interest in holographic, this is, I suppose this is really going to be helpful for you. So and you do get 24 inches of roll with this, and you can use it, yes, you can use it on your Joy, you can use it on your Maker, you can even use it on your Explore 3, because remember, Explore 3 also, you can use a mat. So all of these lovely materials are available on the Cricut website. Also, before I let you go, I want to remind you that we have a giveaway going on. It's February. We still have 3 Cricut Bright Pad Go tablets, which are provided by Cricut. Thank you, Cricut. And we have 3 of those to give away. And it's so easy to enter your name. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. And once you do, head on over to the description and click on the Rafflecopter link and enter your name and your email address. That's it. Once you're already subscribed, you can come back every day and enter your name and email address, as long as you like, comment, share, anything, interact with me on YouTube. This really, really helps. And I'm happy to report that we are this close to being at 19,000 subscribers, which we had only hit 18,000 in January. So this is it's working very much. And I'm so glad about that. My ultimate goal is to hit 20,000 by my birthday, which I think is now within reach. My birthday is in April, April 14th, actually. And my wish for my birthday was to hit 20,000 subscribers. So let's make that happen. And it's really you that is making it happen. So thank you so much for sharing. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed looking at these holographics. Wouldn't this be really interesting to look at these on paper? That's another one that I think we should probably do. So maybe I'll keep all my little scraps and we'll try to figure out how to put it on. In fact, tomorrow, yeah, I might be able to use this on tomorrow's project. Good, good, good. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for coming today. I really do appreciate you. And I'm so excited that I can show you all these lovely products from Cricut. Thank you to Cricut for helping me show you all of these things. And I hope that you kind of work outside of your comfort zone. It's really important to try new things. And even if they don't come out great, you tried, and that's what's important. So this did not come out great, but I tried, and that's the important part, right? All right, everyone, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.